Well, we know Angel Reese has definitely been in the headlines, man, after erupting in a press conference, pretty much swearing at reporters. And I'm here to tell you today is another day of the Angel Reese drama because she has simply smacked the clipboard out of an assistant coach's hands. Yes, now all of this went down during the Washington missed this game. This happened on national television. Now, guys, I'm not one to blow up negativity, but Angel Reese is supposed to be leading young women and being a great example to girls and kids all over the world.
Angel Reese just turned a routine sideline moment into WWE Raw, live from the WNBA hardwood. In shocking footage that lit up the internet, Reese appeared to slap a clipboard out of her assistant coach's hands mid-game, as if she'd confused the bench for a Real Housewives reunion. Drama erupted instantly. Twitter went ballistic, fans clutched pearls, and the technical fall memes practically wrote themselves. But while the internet feasted, one question loomed. Where's the accountability? The Chicago Sky should have suspended her. Period. But they didn't.
Why?
Because they're terrified of her fanbase. This wasn't just a heat-of-the-moment lapse. It was full-on Bush League behavior from a player who's clearly decided she's above being coached. Apparently, when you're the self-declared a girl of the WNBA, you can yank clipboards from coaches like they're part-time interns working for college credit. In 1 second, it was strategy time. Next, it was Angel, the hand-slapper Reese in a live crossover episode of Raw meets Hardwood. To make matters worse, the game itself was a mess. The Sky were stuck in a painfully early matchup, with refs blowing their whistles like they were getting commission. At one point, Reese literally tripped over her own feet after backing into Aaliyah Edwards and somehow still got free throws. The officiating was weak, but not weak enough to excuse what came next. Reese melting down and snapping a clipboard like she was trying out for a WWE tag team. And what did the team do? Absolutely nothing. Not a timeout, not a reprimand, just silence, as if the coaching staff had seen this storm before and knew better than to stand in its way. That's the real problem here. When someone's ego has its own zip code, rules start feeling optional. The league, and this team in particular, has watched Angel's confidence inflate like a helium balloon. And now, that balloon just popped. Loudly, publicly, dramatically. It was brat energy at its finest. Think spoiled kid flipping out because she got the wrong iPhone color. But here's where it gets even messier. Angel Reese actually had a strong stat line. She dropped 22 points, 15 rebounds, and 4 assists in 36 minutes. Another double-double. And still, despite the solid numbers, her reaction overshadowed everything. Reese isn't just playing basketball anymore. She's starring in the Entitlement Complex Chronicles. Watching her treat staff like props and the court like a personal runway is jaw-dropping, not because it's impressive, but because the league lets her. Can you imagine an NBA player slapping something out of a coach's hand mid-game? The fines would rain down like confetti. But in the WNBA, Reese gets away with it. Probably lands a brand deal for it. Built different now apparently means built without boundaries. And let's not pretend this is out of character. This is the character. The me show isn't a phase, it's the whole brand. She's like Aya Wilson if Aya had no chill, no filter, and no ability to read a locker room. Every game's a chance to flex, every camera a spotlight, and every assistant coach a potential casualty. And the league? They're more focused on protecting her image than protecting the actual integrity of the sport. Take her delusional confidence in her athleticism. Angel walks around like she's about to dunk from the free throw line, when the only thing she's managed to jump over lately is accountability. The vertical? Not giving Lisa Leslie, it's giving I Believe I Can Fly played over bloopers. And yet, she marches around like the court is her catwalk and professionalism is optional. This goes way beyond one tantrum. It's a systemic issue. The WNBA has started treating drama as a marketing strategy. Reese slapped a clipboard out of her coach's hand and people laughed, because at this point, it's just expected. Even I laughed. But when you stop and really think about it, this shouldn't be normal. If anyone else did this, think pieces would flood the timeline. But with Reese, the controversy just becomes content. High engagement, Then who cares about the meltdown? The truth is, she should be suspended at least 2 games. Not because people hate fun, but because this is a professional league, not a TikTok soundbite factory. You can't slap things out of coaches' hands like it's a group project gone wrong. You want to be treated like a pro? Act like it. Don't throw tantrums because someone dared to coach you. This isn't daycare. It's supposed to be elite basketball, not a stage for diva theatrics. And no, this didn't come out of nowhere. Angel's been testing the limits from day one. The eye rolls, the body language, the barely contained contempt, it's all been there. The league's response? Boost her highlights and ignore the red flags. It's like rewarding a toddler for throwing food at the wall just because they did it with flair. This isn't entertainment, it's erosion. Of standards, of leadership, of basic team dynamics. So here's your warning. This isn't the last explosion. It won't come during a game-winning shot or a playoff push. It'll come when the next assistant coach dares to make eye contact after a bad call. If you're a fan of Angel Reese, or as they're probably listed on her taxes, dependents, strap in. Because the league isn't fixing this. They're enabling it. We've officially entered the era where personality trumps performance. Where a player can bully the bench and be rewarded with ad campaigns. Where chaos in a jersey gets more clicks than character on the court. Reese doesn't just play the game. She plays the victim card, too. Slap a clipboard and act like she was the one disrespected? Girl, please. If you can't handle being coached, there are leagues for that. They're called rec leagues. Or maybe she can start her own, the Drama League of America. Bring your own clipboard. If Caitlin Clark slapped a clipboard mid-game, the internet would hold a public trial before halftime. But when Angel Reese does it, it's rebranded as passion. Let's be real. That wasn't fire. It was friction dressed up in PR. Reese's sideline meltdown was more than a tantrum. It was a display of ego unchecked by coaches, the team, or the league. The assistant coach wasn't a prop. Yet Reese treated them like a coat rack in a backstage dressing room, and nobody did a thing. No suspension. No accountability. Just silence.
Why?
Because everyone's afraid of becoming the villain in her story. But at some point, someone has to say enough. Enough tantrums, enough delusion, enough treating the WNBA like a stage for her personal reality show. Yes, her rebounding stats are phenomenal. She's posted over 15 rebounds in each of her last 6 games. But stats don't tell the full story. Watch her play. The missed layups, the total lack of floor awareness, the ego that eats up any chance at being coached. She doesn't run plays, she freelances. She doesn't read defenses, she crashes into them. This isn't basketball IQ, it's basketball chaos. And the tragedy? She could be great. She has the tools, the size, the energy. But she's more interested in being seen than being better. She doesn't want to lead, she wants to be worshipped. Leadership isn't chest thumping and dramatic exits. It's accountability. It's coachability. It's consistency. Until she learns that she's just another cautionary tale, wasting talent while everyone else watches, exhausted. Suspend her. Not to punish, but to protect the standard. Because if this circus continues unchecked, the WNBA doesn't just need a rebrand. It needs a rescue.